Hey lovelies, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about 5 ways for you to reveal your inner child. Everyone is talking about how to heal your inner child, but nobody ever talks about how to reveal them, especially if you grew up in a household where you had to grow up really fast, if you had to conceal your feelings, things of that nature that didn't allow you to fully have a well-rounded childhood. So the first thing that I would suggest, if this is sounding like you, is to look through old photo albums. I would say looking at photos from when you were in kindergarten would be, or not even kindergarten, like elementary school age would be like your best bet. I do that a lot in my spare time, especially when I'm doing shadow work in relation to my inner child. I will look at old pictures of myself and try to remember like how I was feeling, what I was doing at that age. So you can look at photos of you, your friends at that age, your siblings. Of course, you can even look at your parents at that age and try to remember like what your relationship was like with your parent. You can look at birthday pictures, vacation pictures, the whole nine, and just try to get into that energy of what your childhood was truly like. When looking through old photo albums, there are bound to be memories that come up, of course. That's pretty much what we want. But sometimes a lot of bad memories might pop up. I would encourage you not to push them away. Allow them to come into your space. Remind yourself that in the present moment, you are safe and you're secure, and that whatever happened in the past is in the past. The past cannot hurt you in this present moment. Taking those memories, whatever you're feeling, because that's the kind of energy that we're looking for. We're looking for what made us upset as a child, what made us happy as a child, what were we afraid of as a child, because a lot of these things that we were sad about, afraid of, if you were a child that threw temper tantrums, like things like that, they come out even still as an adult, and so you need to analyze those feelings. Now, I will give a disclaimer. A lot of us have had very traumatic childhoods. And so if you know that you are experiencing memory recalls of things that happened that were extremely traumatic and you're not able to kind of look into that yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is work with a trained professional in healing some of those scars. Another suggestion I would say is to revisit things that you loved as a child. When I was a child, I loved to write. So I tried to carve out space in my time just to write a little bit. I don't do it all the time, and I need to make it more of a habit myself. But I used to love writing like short stories. I love daydreaming. Think of things that you used to love as a child, even if it was just playing video games or watching your favorite cartoons. Try to find them. Tubi has a lot of Cartoon Network cartoons on there ever since Cartoon Network has, I don't know what happened to it, bankruptcy, whatever. But yeah, if you are a Cartoon Network kid, download Tubi. It's free. You can watch Courage the Cowardly Dog on there and all that other good stuff. Try to get back into the things that you loved. If you loved playing outside and enjoying nature, if you loved riding your bike, if you loved doing art projects, even if you just love eating ice cream, like try to get into the energy of your inner child and make it happy, make it joyful. Like a lot of the times when we're growing up, and sometimes a lot of us, even when we were a child, we were told to grow up, and some of us had to do it very, very quickly. So we didn't get to fully enjoy the simplicities of childhood, like taking a nap in the middle of the day, playing around with your friends, going outside, all of that stuff is important. It you deserve to do those things. You did deserve to do that as a kid, and if you didn't get to do that, I apologize. Now that you're an adult, go into those things. Whatever you used to like as a kid. I know there were girls when I was a kid. There were horse girls. You know, there was girls with stickers. Go get you some stickers. Go get you a little horse figurine. Do whatever you need to do, whatever you feel like you need to do to reconnect with that inner child, reconnect with that baby that didn't get to have the things. So, my challenge for you today or this week is to intentionally carve out some space in your week to enjoy some of these things. Next is I want you to start paying attention to your emotions and trying to decode said emotions. So over the next few days, whether you feel happy, mad, angry, sad, disappointed, annoyed, any of those feelings, try to figure out why you're feeling this and where is it coming from. That is the most important part. Where is this emotion coming from? Why do I have this specific reaction to this certain situation? If you're in traffic at work and you're pissed off, is it because as a kid you weren't always the most patient? Why was that? Like, what made you so impatient as a kid? Can we connect that to now? If you are being criticized at work and you're taking it a little bit harder than you want to, why is that? Was it because as a kid you were always harshly criticized no matter what you did, and you're just still holding on to some of that hurt? Decode these emotions because they are really, really important. Because what I've been doing lately is when I am annoyed, when I'm stressed out, whatever the case may be, I would literally just talk to my inner child. I'll be like, hey, I know you're upset, know you're angry, but this is happening because A, B, C, and D. It helps you reparent and heal your inner child when you understand where your emotions are coming from. Hey, I know our boss just criticized us and maybe he was a little bit harsh, but can you see where he's coming from? Take the meat, spit out the bones. Just giving yourself that grace, even if the world won't give it to you. And this is the most important thing that is going to help you when you're on your journey to healing your inner child. The most important thing is to journal these breakthroughs. So even if you had a great day today and you had a great time doing things that you love to do as a child, but something happened and you're annoyed, and you realize that you're annoyed because it relates back to something that happened when you were a child, I need you to write all of that down so that you have something to look back on. So you can not only marvel at the progress that you've made, but also remind yourself of some of those triggers so that you can be more aware of them and they won't continue to control your life. What happens a lot is that we'll have these breakthroughs, but we'll forget them because we didn't write them down. Writing, in my opinion, writing is a spell. It's magic. You put it on paper, it becomes reality. Like literally it becomes reality. So when you have this breakthrough and you write it down, you are basically putting a stamp of approval and legitimacy to it. And it's a beautiful thing, So I would say write them down. I'm not the type of person that says you need to journal every day. You definitely don't need to do that. But take your time to go ahead and journal. Do shadow work with your inner child and have that in your notebook so you can look back on it. It's also great for you if you write down your breakthroughs. Maybe you read them and then you do a little bit of a meditation, 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute meditation. So you can continue to have breakthroughs within your mind and break down some of these walls that you've probably been carrying for a very, very long time. I encourage you to do that because I've been doing that. I've been seeing a huge difference in my life and in my mindset. It's allowed me to have a lot more positive thinking. It's allowed me to be positive and have faith with my manifestations, because instead of me believing that nothing good ever happens to me because of some shit that happened when I was a child, I now realize that, hey, that's not true. What happened then is what happened then, and this is now. Healing your inner child doesn't start with fixing yourself. It starts with remembering who you used to be. That little version of you is not gone. They're still there, waiting to be revealed, ready to be finally heard. And I encourage you to do that, which is why I put down in the description box below a little PDF of about 7 journal prompts that you can use to start to reveal your inner child. I did put a lot of work into it, so please feel free to download that PDF and try those journal prompts for yourself and to let me know if they've made a difference in your life. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. And you have a great rest of your day. Bye, lovely.